Hello and welcome to Wandering with Justin. Today I'd like to share with you a quirky little gem from the high country of northern New South Wales. Ben Lomond. Nestled in the New England region of New South Wales, Ben Lomond is a place where history, elevation and a touch of quirky charm all come together. At 1,370 metres above sea level, it's one of the highest villages in northern New South Wales. And yes, it occasionally gets snow, which is a rarity for most of Australia. Before Ben Lomond became a village, it was a station, first settled in 1848. The Codrington family, led by Charles Codrington and his brothers John and Alexander, were among the early pastoralists who saw promise in this rugged highland country. The region was excellent for sheep grazing, though the bitter winter winds meant that the sheep needed thick wool and probably better jackets than their owners had. The Codrington family has deep roots in England, particularly in Gloucestershire, where the name originated from the hamlet of Codrington. The family was known for its connections to land ownership and colonial administration, including roles in Barbados and other British territories. One early story about Ben Lomond involves bushranger Captain Thunderbolt, who made excellent use of the Ben Lomond range to evade authorities. The rocky outcrops and steep terrain provide a perfect natural fortress. Legend has it that he once hid from pursuing troopers by leading his horse into a thicket and smearing mud on its white blaze, effectively camouflaging it. How clever is that? By the late 1800s, Ben Lomond had evolved beyond just a station. The railway arrived in 1884, and with it came the Ben Lomond Railway Station, which held the impressive title of New South Wales' highest railway station at 1,363 metres. This boosted local trade, made travel easier, and gave the village a connection to the wider world. The post office opened in 1879, schools followed in 1881, and before long Ben Lomond had a general store, churches and even sporting teams. Life wasn't always easy, especially in winter, when frost and ice turned the landscape into an alpine wonderland, minus the ski resorts. Ben Lomond is known for its unpredictable weather, which can change from sunny to freezing in mere hours. The official coldest temperature recorded is -7.1 degrees. However, I personally have experienced temperatures down as low as -12 while living in Ben Lomond myself, and I've heard stories of the temperature dropping even lower than that. Snowfall does happen at Ben Lomond. It's not a regular occurrence, but the mountain is high enough that occasionally snow will fall down, usually during June, July or August. Fun fact about Ben Lomond. The locals joke that summer in Ben Lomond is just winter with brighter lighting, and tourists who fail to bring a jacket quickly learn the lesson the hard way. One of Ben Lomond's most amusing stories involves a train mishap. Back when the railway was still operational, a station master reportedly fell asleep in his office, only to wake up and realise that he'd missed an entire train arrival. Panicked, he rushed outside, only to find that passengers had already disembarked, collected their luggage and left without him ever knowing about it. Ben Lomond is not a bustling metropolis, but it holds a treasured place in New South Wales high country and is rich in history, natural beauty and a fair share of quirky charm. Now, the mountains overlooking Ben Lomond to the east are called Brothers. I don't know any information on these mountains, so if you know anything about why they're called Brothers, I'd love to hear it. The tallest mountains in the area top the 1,500 metre mark, and that's pretty high. Now, there are no shops at Ben Lomond anymore. The nearest businesses will be found in Guyra, which is just over 20 kilometres drive to the south. But Ben Lomond is definitely worth a look in particularly if you drive through in the autumn, when the autumn leaves are turning and the colours are bright. Also in spring and summer, you'll see some displays of wildflowers in the areas. And at any time of year, there's some beautiful mountain scenery and plenty of rural scenery in some fine pastoral country. All in all, Ben Lomond will be well worth your time as a drive-through, and if you're there in winter, you just might see a few snowflakes falling down. Anyway, that's it for today, just a quick one. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like, I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.